Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Mindset Matters, where we explore the often overlooked world of mental health and athletics, as well as uncovering the unique challenges and triumphs with an athlete's journey. I am your host, Victoria Virgos, and I hope everyone's doing well today. But today's discussion regards the influence of media, mainly social media, as well as the way we perceive it, which can be good and bad. And we're going to kind of look at the ins and outs of it, as well as how it impacts us. First off, I think social media and technology has a lot of benefits. I think it sparks creativity and innovation, and it allows for a lot of development in our world. There is a lot of content that's inspiring and does make people feel good about themselves and feel a lot better, but I do see a downside with it as well. I think many of us see our phones, particularly social media, as an outlet or a break from reality. But without even realizing it, we allow whatever we see, like the good and bad, access to our headspace, which contributes to our thoughts, words, and behaviors. And hey, if all you see on social media is good and inspiring or optimistic, then I'm happy for you, really. But I know for probably a majority of us, sometimes it can feel maybe a bit like the news, where it's just a spiral of negativity or bad events in the world, which can be a bit detrimental to us because you are essentially what you surround yourself with. So if you or someone is constantly allowing yourself, and I know it's not easy to escape these medias because not only is it addicting and it's so easy to just pick up your phone over doing a lot of other things, but when it comes to other forms of media, there's no way we just can't see it. But in contrast, I do personally think that you can control what you see. But back to my point, I was saying if you're constantly allowing yourself to view and also let yourself be a part of this negativity, even though you don't feel or realize it as you're doing it, it can cause you to feel and be a part of the emotions associated with whatever you're seeing. And not to mention, specifically being an athlete or not, it's something that allows you to compare yourself to everyone with open arms. It is such a direct route to just see other people and their lifestyles and compare it to yours or question yourself. And especially being an athlete, this is counterproductive because measuring your progress and looking at people who, in my opinion, aren't always being true to themselves, photoshopping, using recycled or old pictures, videos, etc., it allows you to be more prone to feeling bad about yourself and questioning your worth. Already comparing yourself to other people isn't good for you, but having an even easier route of viewing everyone who are being actively competitive and sharing unrealistic and sometimes honestly just fake and impure posts or pictures, captions that look very real and appear like it's just how they always look is toxic, and that person knows it. And I hope no one is taking this as me bashing social media influencers, because clearly they do a great job and bring people in, but many of it is false advertising in a sense. It's so easy for someone to just take a picture of maybe their physique, and they can claim it's not photoshopped and just how they always look, and they could say, oh yeah, it's because I do this diet or it's because I do this specific workout. And yes, that could be true, but if they're actually lying and photoshopping, then it allows people to set unrealistic goals for themselves and compare themselves again in a negative way. I think the other thing too is it can be very difficult on someone's mental state, or if we look at it from an athlete's point of view, the way they feel about themselves when they could be genuinely going through something or dealing with any external issue, and they could just need a rest day or time off, but when they go to social media as their quote-unquote outlet and they see all these influencers, maybe people they know, doing all these productive tasks or doing something that they should do but genuinely can't, and I'm not saying you're just lazy and you're avoiding it, but if there's actually a reason you can't do it, it begins to allow yourself to talk to yourself in a bad manner and discourage yourself, which is what I mean about how we perceive this media. Sometimes it can just make you say to yourself, like, hey, look what so and so's doing, look what they've done, etc. And it just can sometimes make you reflect and not have the greatest feelings to yourself. But this is where I kind of go in on you choose what you want to see on social media. Something I would consider ideal if you struggle with it is to remove or don't allow yourself to see anything or anyone that makes you feel bad in any kind of way and makes you question yourself. What I would do is expose yourself to more positivity and good, whether it's accounts, people, etc. Things that just make you feel good about yourself and is an actual outlet. Even something that's beneficial or brings value and knowledge into your life. Because I know we can't control what goes on in the world and bad things that are happening globally, which we all at some point become aware about, but you being who you are and having your own device allows you to take control of what you see and what you don't see. Another thing I'll mention as well, and maybe not all age groups, but probably my age group or a little younger, a little older, actually it could be any, but the fear of missing out and seeing everyone that maybe you know or you don't know actively progressing with their life and doing things that you feel like you should be doing. Maybe you see someone who goes on plenty of vacations or someone who got into the university you wanted to get into. There's so many examples. But constant exposure to others' lifestyles and activities can cause you to develop a fear that you're not doing enough with your life or that you're missing out. But one thing I can assure is there's a lot of selective sharing when it comes to posting and sharing on social media. Like, people tend to share highlights of their lives, such as achievements, like mentioned before, vacations, and positive experiences rather than any negative events. And this kind of creates an illusion that everyone else is constantly living a perfect and exciting life. It makes it really easy to fall into that belief where no one else is going through hardship or no one else goes through negative things in their life, and can make you ask yourself, oh, is it just me? But it's really not. But I think it wouldn't be fair if I just went on about all of the negative parts and aspects of social media, because there are very good things about it too, especially for an athlete. You know, social media can allow an athlete to build their personal brand or connect with other people, as well as reach out to people and things they need, like sponsors and endorsements. It's good for many other things. It can allow you to promote events or things that are coming up, even other companies. And it can allow you to develop, I guess you can call it a fan base for not only yourself, but for other people. My point is, social media is not all that bad, and as much as it has its downsides, it does bring benefits, and I think we really do need it for a lot of points in our life, especially if you are an athlete, and it can provide you opportunities to promote sponsors or reach out to people or receive feedback, etc. So like mentioned before, I don't want it to seem in any way that I'm bashing social media or advising against it, because I'm someone who uses it every single day. And I'm not about to come on here and tell you that I don't use it a lot, because I do. I do try to be intentional with it as much as I can though, and expose myself to more positive things in people. But I know we're in a world where we're required to use our phones and social media for a lot, especially when it comes to building ourself or building our brand. So to wrap this episode up on social media and its impact, as well as the way we perceive it, it does offer incredible opportunities for connection, education, creativity, etc. And it's clear that using this platform can build communities, build yourself, and much more. But also being careful about the downsides, like the addiction aspect, the misinformation, and the pressure to always present a perfect image. So, what I do suggest is not only staying mindful but balanced when using social media and also using it to your advantage, because it's important to be aware of its potential to negatively impact you and the way you feel. Because the last thing you want it to do is have something like an app or a phone affect the greatest tool that you have, which is your mind. So, thank you for tuning in today, and until next time, keep using social media wisely and take care of yourselves.